Hi guys, this is Esther Sakela and welcome to my YouTube channel. And as promised, I am going to share my experience, my struggles with reproductive health when it came to dealing with ovarian cyst or fibroids at a very young age. So we're gonna take this back a little bit back, and first the first time I was told I had fibroids was back in 2020, yeah, around the COVID time. And I heard about it, but I wasn't very much aware of it. Like, I didn't know if people just got it, because the thing is, I didn't know people who had no kids. The only person I heard got that, like, the only person around me that I knew that had dealt with fibroids had children and stuff like that. So I never knew that a girl with no kids, a woman with no kids, and never had like sexual experiences, and never used anything, any contraceptives or whatever, could potentially get fibroids. I never knew you could just get fibroids by just existing. That's the thing. And I've noticed some people find it hard to believe, but yeah, it turns out I was one of them. So when the doctor first told me, I got the worst doctor to break the news to me, because the thing is, he just told me, he was on his phone that day. I was complaining that I have pain on the side where there is the appendix, and for a very long time I thought I had appendicitis, and so turns out it wasn't. And I just came to learn that when the egg is leaving its fellow eggs to go and meet the guy and get fertilized and stuff like that, as it is detaching and leaving the premises, it hurts. I didn't know that. So it was so severe for me, I couldn't stand up. Like, I was walking crouching like this. So when I got that continuously for a very long time, I was like, yo, I think I'm having appendicitis or whatever. And so I kept going back to the hospital, checking, and they said, no, you don't. And finally they told me, I think I checked like twice or something. And finally they told me, oh, you don't. The male doctor was like, no, you don't. But there's like a myoma on your uterus, but don't worry about it. It's nothing serious. And it grows though, so you have to check it every once in a while. And yeah, but it's nothing big. Then he went back on his phone, so I was like, oh, what just happened? So when I went to my sister and told her that they said I don't have appendicitis, but like, they said I have myoma, I think. I don't know what's that exactly. I don't know if it's cancerous, because I was very scared. They're telling you have this cyst, and I don't know, I don't understand. And my sister was like, what? So the doctor didn't explain, and then she had to make a call. It was a whole thing, and then I got a proper explanation that it's just what it is. It's fibroids. They just grow. They're non-cancerous, and they can multiply over time, and they can grow over time. And they said, the doctors back home told me that the solution is to give birth. That way, if it gets severe and your uterus has to be taken out, you can be safe. So every doctor kept telling me, you have to give birth. I'm 20 at this time. I'm trying to get my degree and whatnot. So they're saying you have to give birth at some point, like soon, or else they might multiply and it might require you to take out your uterus. And if your plan in the future is to have kids, then you need to give birth. I was like, okay, now you're being funny. No boyfriend in sight, keep in mind. And I'm not planning to have kids anytime soon. So yeah, So by 2020 they had already only discovered one, and it was like a little bit small. So for fast forward to 2022, I have been battling with anemia for 6 plus years, and by the time and for a very long time it was around 6. So I had mouth sores. I had, by 2020, 2021, 2022, my health was just depreciating. And so by 2022, my HB was 4. And I was hospitalized, and they had to do blood transfusions. And by that time, they decided that, you know what, let's put you in the MRI because we can't figure out what's draining your blood and whatnot. So they did an MRI, and they discovered the myoma had increased. They discovered like 3 more. I was like, oh, okay. And the older one had grown. So now we are talking 4. I said, okay. So they said, we're not sure if this is the cause of your anemia, but we have to treat this because you are very young, and it's either that or you have to give birth like very fast and then just take the whole thing out. I was like, no, you don't understand. I don't even have a boyfriend. I am busy right now. I'm a baby. So yeah, 22, they're telling me I have 4 fibroids and I need to give birth and I need all that stuff. And I've been to, in the period of dealing with the severe anemia, I don't like saying with severe anemia, I had gone to all the biggest hospitals in Dar es Salaam, and they kept telling me, eat your vegetables. And by this time I was bleeding 6 days, 6 heavy days, 5 to 6. 6 in the beginning it was 6, but then 5 heavy. So yeah. And yeah, after the blood transfusion, that was heavy. My parents decided, you know what, yeah, girl, you need to get the thingies removed. So we went to Turkey, Istanbul, and at the hospital called Medical Park. Yeah. And there I met their gynecologist. It was a whole package deal situation. I don't know. Back in 2022, it was 6,000 USD, I think. And that was 2-day for the surgery, for the 2-day accommodation for you and your companion, for the transport, the hotel, beautiful, the hospital, beautiful, Medical Park is beautiful back in Istanbul. So yeah, that was 2022. I don't know about the prices right now, but yeah, so they said you have to go for a laparoscopic myomectomy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Basically, it's a keyhole surgery, and you have to, it's just for small incisions. Because, man, I told God, I love me my bikinis at the beach. I don't want to be walking around with scars. And most importantly, I don't want people to be asking me questions like, what happened? What's that? Why do you have scars on your body? You know, some people be very nosy. So my parents, yeah, did that. So we went to Istanbul Medical Park, and we had to do another MRI. They had to run tests. And they discovered that I had another fibroid. So we are talking like 5 fibroids now, 5 ovarian cysts, and tiny babies. You get me? Tiny myomas. And yeah. And at this point, I was frustrated, honestly, because the thing is, God had promised me healing. He said, I will heal you. I said, oh my God, you said you'll heal me. What are we doing here? Because the thing is, I go to church and people with my similar problem get prayed on and they disappear. Literally, fibroids melt away. they disappear. They go for ultrasounds and they disappear. And I go to the same altar and I'm praying and nothing happens. Same applies to the blood situation. I've been praying for years and nothing happened. I'm like, God, it's the same altar. I have so much faith. I know you're going to do it. I don't have doubt that you can heal me because I've seen you do it for other people. I have seen you restore uterus. Like people who had their uterus taken out, they grew back miraculously. So I'm not doubting that you can heal me. So why do I have to go through all these processes? And he told me, I told you I'm going to heal you. I just didn't tell you how. And it just so happens this is how I'm going to heal you. This is how you're going to receive your healing. So yeah, like I said, I was seeing every other person get healed for the similar problem that I have. And let me just be completely transparent with you. The anemia problem was so severe. Like I said, it's 6+ years. And it was so bad. I was eating charcoal. I was craving like charcoal. I ate charcoal like it's nobody's business, okay? I was craving charcoal. And I remember this one time we went to church and this young lady went in front to give a testimony that God has healed me. I used to eat soil. I used to eat charcoal, and now it's been, I don't crave it anymore. And he has healed me. And the doctors kept telling me I have iron deficiency and whatnot. The similar thing. And she came and she sat next to me. She was my neighbor. And I looked at her and I said, God, you're doing it for other people. Why don't you do it for me? Why do I gotta be a strong soldier? I don't want to be strong. I just want to get healing like her. So yeah, she said, yeah, I stopped eating charcoal. And I almost asked, how does it feel? Because I still had the craving for charcoal and whatnot. So yeah. As I was, now fibroids, same thing. You see people go give out their testimonies. They went for the ultrasound and they said they found nothing. And here I am in Istanbul spending tons of money to get a surgery. I'm grateful that I have the privilege of doing that, but like, why are we here? And I remember the night before the surgery, I had a dream of a man. Do you know when we are studying about skin, the dermis, epidermis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, and it looked like it was my uterus in that form, in that dermis epidermis diagram. It was put on a display, and a man, I believe to be Jesus, came and just, there was like a pimple in that thingy that was put on display, and he just popped that pimple. And he said, you see, it's that easy. And so I woke up the next day for my surgery and I knew it was Jesus just letting me know that it's going to be easy. He's with me and it's going to be easy. So I woke up with so much encouragement. And I remember even the hours before surgery, I was reading my books, my notes. I was like, God, you said you're going to heal me. It's literally hours. I'm really hoping the doctor is going to cancel, because I don't want to go through this. I don't know. I don't. Because I honestly, to the moment that I went to Istanbul, I was expecting at some point the doctor is going to come back and tell me, we don't see nothing. Matter of fact, I went and they told me, I see more. So what happens when you expect I see nothing and they say I see, matter of fact, an increase? So yeah, that's what they said. And yeah, we went in for surgery, came out. It took hours. I went there in the evening, came back at night. Maybe 5 hours, maybe more, I don't remember. And that's still 2022. I was hospitalized for anemia, and that's the same 2022 that I went in for surgery. So after that, I had to, day 1, day 2, by day 3 I was out shopping. Honestly, I said, oh, so this is what you meant. Because honestly, okay, after the surgery they tell you to walk a little bit and whatnot. By day 3 I was discharged. I could walk. Like I said, I went Istanbul shopping at the bazaar, and I went to Hagia Sophia. I went to so many places. I was walking for somebody who just had surgery, and that was the miracle in that I was healed. And we managed. We came back. I had my stitches removed at the hospital back home because they needed to be cut off. And yeah, I was back in shape in less than a week, I believe. I went back to work the week later. And then what else? Yeah, the thing is, I did something wrong, because I was supposed to take my antibiotics, but I'm scared of medications. The thing about, yeah, I'm scared about medications. And the first day, the second day, she then gave me to drink my own antibiotics. I didn't drink them, okay? So I had my antibiotics after surgery twice. And that almost messed up the whole progress. So a week later, I had a complication that resulted to me being rushed in the ER because I was having sharp stabbing pains. I've never suffered such excruciating pain in my life. And they had to dose me with antibiotics and stuff. So my recommendation to you would be, drink your antibiotics no matter how big they look and intimidating. Try your best and take you. And the thing is, I was being like, I'm young, my body can take it. And not only am I young, I'm African, I'll recover regardless. I don't have to take these medications, because they were big. Like I said, I have choked on so many pills. I don't want that no more. So yeah. So I was on antibiotics for the next week, and yeah, I was back in shape. What am I trying to say? So the little education that I know about fibroids, like I said, because this one time I had to ask a medical student, why do you think there is an increase in fibroids in young ladies? Because the thing is, the same year I saw Marseille dealing with the same situation, and she had to go for the same procedure, and she's younger than me. And I was like, what? So is this a pandemic? And so I had this question, like, why are young ladies suffering from fibroids? Why is it like everywhere now? I even went to church the other day, found out another person just as young as me, and I was like, what's happening? Is it in our food? And I repeat, not sexually active. And I remember the medical student said, it's because people are using what is this pregnancy thingies, contraceptives. Yes, she said it's because people are using contraceptives. And I said, I've never used contraceptives a day in my life. The only time I had to use contraceptives was after surgery, because they recommend that to make sure you don't, your uterus recovers before you go back into your natural cycle. And also I used contraceptives the same year because after transfusion, they didn't want me to have periods first, so that the blood could settle in and make sure we stay chill first. So like I said, so you can I'm not saying you can, but getting fibroids doesn't negate the fact that you're celibate, a virgin, or you're not using contraceptives. If she said pads, I would have said, yeah, makes sense because I use pads. That's about it. That's the only foreign thing that is maybe chemically thingy that's coming close to my reproductive organs. Other than that, there is nothing else. So fibroids doesn't, it's not about she's having sex, it's not about she's drinking, or because I take, like I said, I take care of my body. Not only, okay, I take care of my body. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I am actually active, I work out a lot, I try to eat healthy. I'm African, so even the unhealthy is not unhealthy. And yeah, so for somebody to say people get fibroids because they're sexually active, because she was so biased when she was telling me that, and I was just keeping it vague just to not point it at me. I was like, so what do you think is the increase of, why do you think there's an increase in fibroids? And she said, it's people using contraceptives, people are sexually active, people, young ladies. I was like, what if the person is not sexually active? She said, no, even young ladies are sexually active. She was very biased. I was like, okay, and this is your future doctor, right? We are safe. So it's not about being sexually active, it's not about using contraceptives. I hope that our future doctors and researchers can take time to study why there is such an increase in young women getting fibroids. So the upside after the surgery, what happened? After the surgery, I was promoted. I was one of God's employees. So I went from 5 days to 3 days. I am serious. I could not believe this, because I was like, what? It's been almost a year and a half now, almost 2 years, and I still can't believe that now I'm going 2 to 3 days. I cannot believe it. I always, almost seriously, I always envied people who went for 3 days or 2 days, and now I'm one of them. So that's the upside that came after the surgery. No more anemia. It really, when I said anemia messed up with my confidence, because like I said, I got mouth sores like on the side of the mouth, messed up my confidence. And the fact that it just went away, wow, okay, I was happy. So I said, okay, you said you're gonna heal me. Okay, I hear you. So there's that part. And yeah, now I don't have to worry about giving birth early or anytime soon. Like, I can relax, because that's one thing the doctors kept telling me, the gynos, they kept telling me, you need to give birth soon, you need to have babies. And I remember even this other guy, he asked me, so what are you doing right now? I said, I'm studying, I'm getting a degree. He's like, and after that? I said, I'm getting another degree. And after that? I said, I'm getting another degree. And he's like, so the more degrees you get and the more fibroids you get, then what? I'm like, then it is what it is. Then we just started laughing. But yeah, I am getting another degree, and I'm doing fine. And now I'm just waiting on God's timing. If he says we are going to have a husband or a child, then a child anytime soon, cool. But if that doesn't happen anytime soon, I'm comfortable right now. And I'm not very good at editing, but I will try to keep pictures and videos of pictures mostly of the Istanbul experience and how that went down. What do I have to say about fibroids? Let me just say, the whole surgery experience, I had the best doctors. The surgery went easy. The pain for me was bearable, I ain't gonna lie. I got 4 stitches, yeah. They even had to, it was supposed to be 3. I saw Marseille got like 2. I'm so nosy. I saw her get like 2, but like I got 4 because I had to get an extra one. Okay, so there are 2 X's down here. She made X's. She's not kidding. Like X's at the waistline, like down here at the pelt. I don't know how to tell you, man. Oh no, I can stand up. Anyways, cool. So 2, and then on the belly button, another stitch, and then another one right up here, you know. That one, she says she had to make an extra one because there's a stubborn cyst that needed to be taken out technically, in a technical manner. So yeah, I had a very nice, beautiful female doctor, gyno. Wonderful experience in Turkey, and amazing team. And the recovery process was very fast. Take your meds. Just because you're young doesn't mean your body can take it and can recover without assistance. Take your meds, stop, or else the progress will be lost. And what else? That's how God decided to heal me. That's how God decided to heal me. I know if you're believing God to heal your fibroids, if you're dealing with fibroids or anything of that kind, keep believing. Yeah, it doesn't have to end in surgery. Keep praying. It's just I had to go through that to get my healing. It doesn't mean God, because for some minute I was like, when the doctor said she saw more, I said, I thought God failed me. I ain't gonna lie. I thought God failed me. And it doesn't mean God failed me. It just means I had to get my healing through that process. And another thing I was going to say is pray for your relatives that are hospitalized, because when I was hospitalized for the anemia back home, there was so much spiritual warfare. Yeah, in the wards there was so much spiritual warfare, because the thing is, people go there with their relatives who are about to die, and they want to do an exchange. You get me? They want to do an exchange. They would rather trade you and let you die instead of their relatives. So much spiritual warfare, not just from from your fellow patients, but also from the nurses and the doctors. Yani, as much as there is agents of God in the medical industry, there is so many agents of Satan. So make sure you pray for the people that are hospitalized. You pray for your patients. You pray for your people, because like the devil is working overtime in those places. I remember there was a time during my hospitalization, I almost thought I wasn't gonna make it, because keep in mind, I went into the hospital looking healthy. I was suffering internally, not outside. Like I couldn't feel it. I felt lightheaded, but I didn't feel sick. I didn't look sick. So the fact that I went there and I started getting sick by the time go by, and I know that your blood, when you get blood transfusion, your body reacts and stuff like that. But like, I was getting sick. And this one time I suffered a severe headache out of nowhere that was meant to take me out. And if it wasn't for prayers, those people would have traded me for their people, and it would have been a whole mess. So pray for yourself when you get hospitalized. And yeah, I won't say I am a medical profession and I can educate you much on fibroids, but that was my experience. No child, no sex experience, not using contraceptives. The only different thing I'm using is pads, and I got it at 20, doubled by the age of 22, and got treated. And now I am fibroids free, and pray that it won't be. And some people say it's inherited, but like I refuse to say that it's in my bloodline. I know somebody suffered it, but like it's not inherited. Some of these things are just spiritual attacks. So yeah, I'll keep educating myself on reproductive health, and hopefully we'll share and talk about that some more. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I'll try to stitch videos, pictures of my experience. I won't put anything like detailed, because the thing is, I don't want to put nothing exposing out here. So yeah, I hope it's helpful. I hope it helps you. Take care. I love you so much. I'll keep looking forward to more videos, more experience that I'll share with you. Love you. Bye. God bless you.